Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope y'all are well. My name is the Brooke Ashley, and we are here to talk about some hot topics, the latest news on this lovely cold Sunday before Christmas. Y'all, I'm in great spirits. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I know I am. Y'all, the way I'm doing a fast after Christmas, because it has been nonstop eating, it has been back to back Christmas parties, but we'll talk about that later on. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? Hey y'all, come on in the chat. Come on in, get comfortable. Baby, I have a drink today. Okay, I have a Hugo Spritz. I have a good old Hugo Spritz, honey. Yes. So come on in. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know where you're from. I hope y'all are having a very happy Sunday. All right, come on in, y'all. How are y'all feeling? Yes. Hi, y'all. Hey, y'all. Merry Christmas. I caught a live. Yes, honey. Won't he do it? Come on in. Yes, I needed this break. You've been decorating. Oh, yes. Come on. I hope that you have a good time with me as you decorate. Okay. And definitely relax and rest. It is Sunday. Come on in. I moved to LA from Chicago, but I'm here, child. I know that's right. Oh, I hope you had a great move. Wait. Hold on. Why did I love when y'all DM me the sweetest things? Shout out to the subscriber who DM'd me on Instagram and said, Brooke, I just moved into my new home and I got ADT because of you. Baby, when I tell you, I was just like, wait, what? Like, I was screaming. So ADT, if you're in here, if you work for ADT, please holler at me. Let me know. Okay, I can do some give me a sponsorship because the way y'all DM'd me and said, Brooke, I am a first-time home buyer and I went out and got ADT because of you. So I was like, shout out to you, okay? But yes, honey. All right. You said, where's that ADT sponsorship? Exactly. Let them know because I felt honored. Yes, honey. Talk about some influence, okay? Yes, they do. They do. They definitely do. Almost finished your Christmas shopping. Oh, I love that. Oh, how nice. Wait, you said your sister, right? Your sister just had a baby? Oh, that's so nice for your nephew. I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, you DM'd me. I love this. You said you bought your home a year ago. I have ADT. I love it. Yes. I have ADT too. Yes. Okay. Yes. Your brother. Yes. Your brother and your sister-in-law. Yes. You had said that in the last live. I love that. Oh, that is so cute. I love that. But y'all, let's get into all the things. Okay. Let's get into all the things. We have so much to talk about. Shout out to our friend Taria Faizan over at the What Else Is Going On podcast. Please check her out. She's here on YouTube. She's fabulous. I've collabed with her many times. Like, Taria is my girl, okay? But Taria went down to the courthouse this past Friday, December 19th, and she was there for all the action with Eddie and Wendy's second court hearing. All right. Baby, Wendy, I'm going to read both articles, but I just want to say, Wendy, this is a hot mess that this is going to be carrying into your new year. The fact that you're going to be dealing with this now until April, I mean, this whole thing is such a mess. I still can't wrap my head around why y'all did this. Like, there was no reason for this. You guys had every opportunity, but let me not jump ahead of myself, y'all. Let's just get into the articles. I'm reading you guys 2 articles. So we'll talk about the articles, then we'll talk about all the other stuff. Okay, does that sound good? So this first article is from the Baltimore Sun. Real Housewives star Wendy Osefo and husband forced to turn over financials to the court. And this was published December 19th. Carroll County, Maryland, a Carroll County judge ruled Friday that Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband, Edward, must turn over their financial information to authorities. The Osefos, who live in Finksburg, face 16 charges, including 7 felony counts, connected to what investigators describe as a scheme involving false and misleading information in an insurance fraud case. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office alleges that the couple lied about a burglary at their home in order to defraud insurance companies of more than $400,000. Prosecutors say the financial records would help prove the alleged fraud and show a pattern of excessive spending by the Osefos to corroborate a motive. Now, this was from the Baltimore Sun. I will link the article below after the live, but this was from the Baltimore Sun. This next article is from the Baltimore Banner. Real Housewives of Potomac stars have very little money, prosecutor alleges. Ciao. A Carroll County prosecutor said investigators found 67 credit and debit cards in 4 different luxury wallets, including a Chanel one previously reported stolen. Wendy, I'm going to say this one more time. I don't know what either one of y'all were thinking. I'm still floored at 67 credit and debit cards. And then for you to be caught in the same Chanel wallet that you reported as stolen, I just need to know, you thought that you would get away with this. But we'll talk about this later on. Let me just finish the article. But I'm still in shock by this whole thing. Wendy and Eddie Osefo of the Real Housewives of Potomac fame actually have very little money. A prosecutor told a Carroll County Circuit Court judge at a contentious hearing Friday about the state's request to access the couple's personal and business financial records. The Osefos, who were accused of lying about a burglary at their Finksburg home last year, were in the Westminster courtroom in an effort to quash subpoenas for 8 years' worth of their records, which their lawyers said were private and confidential. But prosecutor Melissa Hawkins-Smith argued that the state needs the records, most of which they've already received from the Osefos banks. Judge Richard R. Titus said that he was inclined to agree with the state and later ruled Friday afternoon in the state's favor to allow the subpoenas to be issued. Osefo and her husband were charged in October with 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy insurance fraud, and 1 count of making a false statement to a police officer after being indicted by a Carroll County grand jury. They're set to face trial in April of 2026. So this is from the Baltimore Sun. We've read both articles. Now I do want to dissect all the information that we've just read. Let me just start off by saying, I don't know how you get 67 debit and credit cards. Y'all, I'm trying to process this whole entire thing. I just want to know, did they believe that they would get away with this? From the fake robbery to the different credit cards, did they honestly believe that they would get away with this? If somebody could answer that, that would be great. Y'all, I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words. And I think what really sucks, I mean, I keep saying this, but it's like the fact that your kids are going to be severely affected by this, and Lord knows what they're dealing with in school. I'm sure that this has tainted the holidays. I'm sure Thanksgiving was a very somber Thanksgiving. Christmas is 4 days away. I'm sure Christmas is going to be a very somber Christmas. Your money's all tied up in legal fees. You have the next court hearing is January 21st, and then the trial starts in April. Your whole year is pretty much ruined. I just have to ask, was this worth it? You didn't think this scheme through. This was so poorly done on top of everything else. I just don't understand what were you going through mentally to think that this was going to work? Like, I don't get that. Brooke, I really think that they thought they would get away with it. People who run schemes are not the criminal masterminds they think they are. There's no way she could have thought to herself at one point, oh, this might catch up to me. The holidays are cooked this year. I mean, well, of course. Gonna be in a townhouse in a couple of years at best. And that's truly at best. She better hope that she can get a townhouse. They better hope they can get an apartment. I mean, they have really screwed up royally. This is horrible on so many levels. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. I'm not surprised that the judge ruled in the state's favor to release their financial records. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. We all know that in the coming weeks and months, so much is going to be coming out. We're going to find out her exact salary on Housewives. We're going to find out how much was in her account for the last 8 or so years. We're going to find out about all their debts, how much they owed. And I mean, the sheer embarrassment of all of this. We're going to be deep into their financial business because they made such a poor choice. Oh, you said Wendy grinning and rocking fur coats and pictures don't sit right with me. Just for clarification, the 67 credit cards doesn't mean that they had 67 active credit cards. They could have been cards from years ago. Oh, yes, that's very true, too. They could have been expired cards. Very true. Hey, Housewives lover, thank you for the super chat. This is very sad. Now, 1% of this was worth it. No, not a percentage was worth any of what they're going through right now. Yeah, all the skeletons in their closet about to get resurrected. No, it's very true. Wendy said she can't let us see her sweat. Okay, let me just, my humble opinion. I only believe in don't let them see you sweat when you're the victim in the scenario, right? I think that it shows a lack of accountability, and it also shows hubris to act like somebody's doing something to you. You can't play the victim when you were a willing participant in your own demise. This is not like somebody's going after them for no reason. You did this, and now you're paying the consequences of your poor actions. You're not the victim here. You can only say, don't let people see you sweat when you're the victim. I mean, that's just me. Maybe other people feel differently, but that's just me. If this were me, I'd be going to court very contrite, very remorseful. I would not, personally, just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. I just, when you're the one who is clearly in the right, when you're being accused of something, or if you know that you're innocent, personally, I can see that don't let people see you sweat. But when you are the responsible for your own demise, you can't now play the victim. Showing up in fur to court about financial crimes is like, yeah, no, it's true. I'm very surprised. I'm surprised that her legal team hasn't told her to tone it down and to look, just tone it down a little bit for court. I'm very surprised at that. I'm very surprised. I've seen some conversation on Twitter. I think a few of you guys said, a few of y'all said that you believe that she seems to be excited for all this attention. And I hope that's not the case. But a few of you in the chat, I think Ayana, you said it. Did you say, I could have sworn I saw your comment where you said that you believe that she's loving all this attention. I saw some of my mutuals on Twitter feel like she's loving all the attention. I hope this is not any attention to be reveling in, personally. Hey, Nisette L, thank you for the super chat. Man, I really like the Osefos, but what a coinky dink that she came at you sideways and boom, shaking my head. Poor timing. The timing is really weird. I told the story on Tuesday, and then on Friday, 3 days later, the timing of it is very strange. That's what it gives. You said, oh, you feel she's loving it too. Maybe they're going for a reverse psychology angle, like, oh, we're too wealthy for these crimes angle. I guess so, but you have to remember the court of public opinion it plays a part. If you see that the public opinion is like not on your side, you need to kind of turn things around. If this is their plan, it's not working. Okay, yes, you did say it. This is the first time she's the most talked about housewife on her show. No, it's very true. But I hope that that's not the case. I hope that that's not the case. I can't stand Wendy for doing to her children and being so smug about it. That's what I thought too. She seems to love it. She thinks that this is good press. I hope this, listen, I know that they always say there's, all press is good press, but no, this is not good press. That would be a dumb tactic. Well, the crimes alone prove that they aren't good planners. I wouldn't put it past her. Fame is a dangerous drug. The 67 credit cards alone will show that they are reckless with their own credit and have a history of financial irresponsibility that makes their insurance fraud case stronger. I think they believe that they are innocent and will be vindicated, just like Karen did. Just like Karen said that she would be vindicated, and we see what happened. People do not understand that the way you show up in court plays a huge role in how your case will turn out. Yes, Wendy and Eddie's going to mess around and get convicted out of spite. No, it's very true. It's very true. I don't think that people, they don't understand that. And I'm very surprised at the flashiness. Yeah, I mean, think about when Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion have gone to court. They have their good bob wig. They're very conservative. They tone it all the way down. They're not coming to court with their 6-inch Louboutins. They're coming in with a kitten heel. Very conservative. They put the Chanel and the Hermes away. They put it, they do a cute little clutch. I mean, it's still designer, don't get me wrong, but they make sure they don't come to court with the labels on. The jewelry, the Cartier is covered. The Van Cleef is tucked away like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not, just saying. It's a mess. The justice system is not fair. You have to play their game. Exactly. Child, you said a nasty case winning kitten heel. Yes, even Teresa was conservative with her court attire. Yes, she was. Yes, honey, very demure. It's very true. Very mindful. Very demure and mindful. And this is the opposite of demure and mindful. Wait, what did you say? Wait, you said Wendy out here like Clarissa. What you say, Brooke? Oh, she said she got 28,000. Hey, James Potts III. Thank you for the super chat. She looked fabulous, but damn, girl, try to at least rock TJ Maxx. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, we have somebody. Oh, it's your Jamie, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Jamie. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. How dare they play like this when it affects their children? I agree. Now, I do want to ask you guys regarding, they're filming the reunion right after the new year. I believe the week of January 5th. Don't quote me on that. I want to ask y'all in the chat. Do you think that Wendy is going to come? Why or why not? I'm going to give you my opinion. I think Wendy is going to attend the reunion because she needs the money. You get a 6-figure bonus check for that reunion. They need every dime to pay these legal bills. My only thing is, I don't know if that's going to help her case going to that reunion. And if we're being honest, I don't really know what she can say at the reunion. Meaning, we know she can't talk about the case, right? But when it comes to going back and forth with everybody else, what can you really say? Because all anybody has to say to shut you up is, girl, you're out here arrested for fraud. You're a criminal. You can't read me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, what she's going to have to be quiet at the reunion because she really can't go back and forth with anybody. She's an easy read right now. She's a walking read right now. So my thing is, go collect your check and just be quiet for the whole entire reunion for all 3 parts. She's going to that reunion. Wendy will show remorse at her sentencing, which will be too late. She'll probably say the same thing she said at BravoCon. Yes, she's going to get dragged for filth at that reunion. She might be stupid enough to say something outlandish because in BravoCon, she said that mess, and the next day the prosecution whacked her. She will ghost and she has an excuse to not to be able to talk about it, so it'll be a breeze for her. She'll pretend the reunion. She needs to pay legal fees and restitution once the verdict comes, whether she's convicted or takes a plea deal. If I was Wendy, I would zoom in like Karen. Baby, if she was at BravoCon, she's coming to the reunion. Very true. You said if she was at BravoCon, she'll be at the reunion. It's called arrogance. She'll say it's allegations. Oh, Lord, Kiana going to get her and finally have a moment. They're all easy reads. But true. But I'm saying, though, right now, she's the easiest read due to what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I know she will be there. She's going to plead the fifth, the whole reunion. She's going to be very much on her Erica Jane with that. I see it, but I don't see it for her like it won't be a good reunion. Oh, you think that if she's showing up to court in far, she's going to show up to the reunion and act smug and above the fray, even though she's a whole damn. You can't shame the shameless, though. She'll be fine. A huge walking read. She's going to pull a Karen during season 9. The gang up is going to be crazy on her. They're going to be like, Pam, shut up. Shoot, Ashley might jump in with her non-storyline. Oh, okay. It's not your birthday. Jameer was saying happy holidays. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cracking up. I must have had too much to drink then because I could have sworn I read happy birthday. Well, happy holidays to you and everybody else in the chat. I'm cracking up. We're sitting up here telling you happy birthday and you're like, no, it's not my birthday. For her sake, I believe she should not attend. So I agree with you, but she needs the money. They need that money rolling in. I mean, okay, so I want to pose a question to you all. Are we going to I'm just be honest with me, everybody in the chat. Let's say you're in her position, right? Are you skipping the reunion despite knowing that you need that 6-figure check? Let's say that her bonus for the reunion is $150,000, $200,000. Are we skipping that or are we going to attend and take the beating? Like, be honest. Like, I want to get in your heads. Like, what are you guys doing? You said you're skipping. I'm going to be at the reunion no matter what. You said I'm going and taking my whackings. Okay. You said, honey, I need to get this check, okay? I'd attend and be like Giselle during the binder, remain calm, and then cry in my dressing room. I'd go. She needs the funds, and it's a chance to alter public opinion. You said you're going. You said, come at me, bro. Hell no, I'm a Virgo. I need my check. You said I would attend and take that beating for that money. I'd only go if they would add another 0 to them 6 figures. Well, if they're going to give her 7 figures for going, then she needs to spill about what's going on, which he's not going to do. And he's not giving them that kind of, he's not giving you that kind of money unless you spill your guts. If I need the money, I go with a bag over my head. I'm going and collecting my check. You said I'm going to get gloom and doom off me no matter what. I'm desperate for that check. I'm attending and telling everybody to mind your own business. Yes, I want Wendy to attend. 12 hours of work for 6 figures. I'm going. F whatever the ladies say. You signed up for a reality show. Well, this is my reality. That's very true. You said kiss my kids and tell them mama's going to go get beat up. Oh, no. You said I'm going to get that check. The answer is money. Does she still get the money if she leaves halfway through? Oh, I think the pay is docked. I think that you don't get the full bonus check, but you get something. So you would get, if you don't get the full 100,000, you might get 50 because you attended halfway through. Baby, Andy runs a strict NBC Universal. They run a strict program over there. Okay. You said she has to just deflect, nothing else she can do. Yes, they can leave, right? Yeah, they can leave, but the consequences are you get reduced pay. Yeah, ask Mia. That's why Mia had to steal $11,000 in a love seat because she left halfway through. She needed that money. You said, okay, in all honesty, no, she shouldn't go, but hey, capitalism. Listen, oh, she can go and pull a Sutton and leave early due to illness or illness. Yeah, I mean, unless it's illness or if you're pregnant and you're about to give birth, you can go and still get your full check. You said, I'm going to go. You said you don't work for free. She better not take that reunion day rate and leave. She better stay the whole way through and take her lashings to pay her bills and debt. Oh, Lord, you said, Lord have mercy. Wait, Mia is still in jail, right? Have we gotten an update on Mia? I feel like she'll gang up on Stacey with the rest to defend. No, but her and Stacey's the only one by her side during this time. She'd be stupid to get on Stacey. You said, Brooke, will we get Mia's furniture case coverage too? Yeah, I haven't heard anything more about it though. And I mean, I have to say, Wendy's story is like it's a hot story. I mean, think about it. They're not even talking about Mia's case. You said Wendy will be at the reunion. She's too attention seeking to not attend. And Wendy, with her 5 degrees, is smart enough to handle those ladies. Mia isn't in jail. She's with Gordon from his bad car accident as we speak. Oh, wow. Oh, she's out of jail. Wait, Gordon was he was in a wreck? I didn't know that. Well, prayers up to Gordon. I'm sorry to hear that. That's very sad. Hey, Cortez Mac TV. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, that's very sad. Sad that Mia couldn't even be interesting after getting arrested. Child. Knowing Dr. Wendy and her ego, she's coming to that reunion. I just had to think about it. Gordon shouldn't be driving. This ain't his first wreck, right? I don't pay attention to Gordon like that, so I don't know. Has he had other accidents? Let me know in the chat, y'all. But yeah, if he keeps having accidents, then he might need to hire a driver or take an Uber. That lets you know that Mia wasn't interesting as no one was reporting on her case. Yeah, I know. I mean, I never thought that Mia was interesting. I feel like, well, originally I remember hearing that Mia was supposed to replace Wendy when Mia joined the show in season 6. She was allegedly, I had heard this from somebody, a good source. I had told y'all that in the season 6 reviews that I was told that Mia was sent to be Wendy's replacement. And they realized that Mia really couldn't carry it. And Mia and Wendy made great adversaries, so they just kept them both. But yeah, because originally Wendy was not even supposed to be on season 6, from what I heard, allegedly. I was told that, she was going to be like a one and done. Is that why Wendy had that beef with her from the start? Yes, that was why if you go back and watch my season 6 recaps, I had told you all that, that I had heard that. And that was the real reason why her and Mia had friction. And that's why, that was the reason why they had, allegedly, that's what I had heard, that was why they had friction, because Wendy felt a bit threatened and rattled, allegedly, because Mia was there to take her spot, allegedly. Wasn't Mia on social media laughing at Wendy when the charges came down? Yeah, she was laughing at her. And then literally 5 days later, she gets arrested for $11,000. A mess. That didn't make sense to me because she was already Monique's replacement. She's supposed to replace Monique and Wendy. Yes. Because remember, the fans didn't care for Wendy in season 5. So she was going to be replacing both of them. You said, can you imagine full Mia with no Wendy? My God, today would have been the Bad Girls Club of Potomac. Well, it already was. It was already Bad Girls Club of Potomac with Wendy and Mia on the show. She assaulted Wendy in season 7 for no reason. She tried to assault Candace, throwing that lettuce in her face. So even if Wendy had left the show for whatever reason, Mia was still she was still going to trash it up. Yes. You said that Wendy's face while her lawyer was talking to the press, very smug. You think I can't get a gauge of I can't really get a gauge of like her emotions. I mean, I don't know. I guess I maybe she's just trying to save face. It has to be. There's no way that you could be smug during a situation like this. I just can't imagine. I mean, her and her husband's lives are really hanging in the balance. I mean, her kids might not see them for some time if things really go left. So there, I don't know how you could even be smug dealing with this. She's trying to save face and serve face. I think smug is a stretch. I think she's just trying to look strong. Yes, I think that she's just trying to look strong too. I would hate to believe that she's smug through all this. There's just no way. Child, don't even bring season 5 up, please. Don't even bring season 5 up. Dr. Dubrow said that people with skeletons will go on TV because fame is addictive. No, it is. It's very true. I think looking contrite might be seen as an admission of guilt, so she has to stay on 12. Yeah, but I guess here's my thing. I just don't personally, I feel like, I mean, I'm not in that position. I don't ever plan on being in that position ever. You know, I've never had a desire to steal or defraud or any of that. So I think I'm good, right? But God forbid, I'm like, there's just no, I don't know. I feel like I would look remorseful because I would not want anybody to mistake me being smug in a time like this. You said no, it was smugness. At least a mixture of it, because let's be real, Miss 4 Degrees has been smug from the jump. We just liked it. Is a video with Wendy and her lawyer on YouTube? Yes, I believe so. I believe so. And also check out Taria from the What Else Is Going On podcast. She's here on YouTube. Check out Taria's YouTube page. She was there in the court. She has video footage. So I'm pretty sure she has it up on her page. So check her page out first. All I know is it's better not overshadow the lashings that Karen had to collect. Karen was so high and mighty. Okay, I listen. My bills are on auto pay. I don't play that. I don't play none of that. We are good over here. God is good. Okay, listen. I pay everything. I'm good. Okay. That's never been in my heart to ever. You could drop a whole bunch of money in front of me, and I'm not even picking it up. I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you dropped it." But you listen. I'm honest to a fault, especially when it comes to money and all that. No, I pay. I don't like things hanging over my head. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I know. I pay people. I pay everybody. I'm good. I don't play that. Okay. Yes. We are good over here. And all the time, God is good. Exactly. Okay. Listen. All right. I wanted to add something to one of y'all said something that I wanted to add on to. Yes, I've never had no, I've never had that urge. Like I feel sorry for people who have that urge. That's never even come into my mind ever. 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 That is very sad. People who have that inclination to do so is sad. Yeah, honey, not me, girl. Listen. Yeah. Exactly, exactly. Okay. Okay, not never, okay? You say you're too scared of the men in jail to commit financial crimes, okay? Greed and avarice will corrupt you. No, it's true. You said the thought of jail's always been a deterrence for me. Exactly. Um, y'all are so funny. You said you stole once, but your cousin was not gonna miss one piece of gum from her packet. I'm screaming. When I first got my house, we had a roofer try to get us to make a false claim on a 20-year-old roof. Oh my gosh, we got him out of our house immediately. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. So many people are so dishonest. It's very sad. Okay, listen. Yes, that too. Like I couldn't imagine. But no, I in all seriousness though, I feel sorry because her kids are the mental anguish that her kids are being put through. Their holidays are ruined. Christmas time. I just it's just sad. They didn't excuse me, sorry about that. They didn't think this through at all. At all. I don't know what possessed them to do such a thing. I really don't. And at the reunion is going to be a hot mess. I think what really gets me is the fact that you were making great money on the show. Like after you reach your third season on Housewives, you start making the big bucks. Her first two seasons, her salary was pretty pitiful, right? Third season, her on season 7, that was her third season on the show. She started making some real money. There was no reason for you to do this. She went from a nice jump from 68.5 to a cute $500,000, and now she's most likely making more money. Why would you do this? What possessed you to do such a thing? It's very stupid. It's very stupid. It's still so wild that the two most distinguished members of the cast both have criminal records now. I agree. Oh yeah, she could have gone on eBay and the real to get some pieces in excellent condition. The ladies would have never known. It's very true. Yeah, the checks start progressing. You're making an even bigger check than when you started. It's so true. Okay, listen, exactly. Yeah, I hope that their kids are okay too. It's not fair to them. This is going to disrupt their lives. You know, now they have to be on pins and needles for the next 4 months. Their trial starts in April. Who knows how long that's going to last? There's a part of me that feels like they're better off taking a plea deal. I don't know if it's smart to go to trial. And I just have to know, why did they do this? And why did they think that they would get away with this? I just want to understand. I need to know who came up with this idea first? It's really sad. Does anybody remember how much time they're facing? I know when the news first broke, they had posted the number of years that they were facing with the amount of charges. Because what, he has 18 counts, she has 16 counts against her, correct? And one of y'all said that each count held 5 to 7 years. So let me know. Isn't it like 50 years each? Damn. This kind of stunt is more of an Ashley thing, I would think. Eddie's family probably feels vindicated. Could they just have to pay a fine? I hope so. I don't, I think that it really goes to show you how you can easily fumble a blessing, like not to get preachy or like any of that, but in all seriousness though, this is what happens when you are not prepared for the blessing. Because talk about a huge fumble. There was no reason for this. They had every opportunity to make the money that they wanted to make. She's been on the show now for 6 seasons. She's seeing great money. Like Giselle is most likely at the $1 million mark if she's not already there for being the OG and 10 years in. Wendy is a veteran now, 6 seasons under her belt. I'm pretty sure that her check is in the 650, 750 range. Plus engagements, appearances, not saying that she's getting top dollar for that, but it's still a nice coin. 5,000 here, 5,000 for this, endorsement deals, which are a nice coin, another 6 figures for that. Like they were easily seeing at least $1 million, 1.5 a year. The last few years they've been seeing that, if I had to guess. What was the reason? What was the logic behind this? What was the logic behind this? Wasn't she doing women empowerment brunches? I'm sure she was. I mean, I remember seeing her. I saw her one time on Instagram. She posted that she was hosting a panel. She was hosting a panel, and I'm sure she got paid a nice 5 or 10 grand for that. So she was seeing nice money. And to start a home renovation, we had to save for years before starting our renovations because the money needed to be real long. Yeah, no, renovations are no joke. When my mom bought her new home, her renovations took a while. And I mean, money, like you're not doing any renovations for a little bit of money. And I mean, money well spent because her home is stunning. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, renovations are no joke. And the fact that we're seeing her this season while all this is going on, talking about this big home renovation, I'm like, I'm sure that the renovation is costing her more than just $100,000. I'm sure it's costing her at least $250,000, $300,000. You always go over. When you renovate your home, you always go over. Always. She definitely did appearances. A friend of mine went to a gala that she was at. And even guest appearances on Beyond the Gates. Yeah, she's made, like, she's different side gigs. Yeah, I'm sure she got a cute check for that too. So it's like the money was coming in. There was no reason for this whatsoever. Maybe she pulled a charade with the builders. You said, and Eddie isn't working as a lawyer. I bet you Happy Eddie isn't all that lucrative since it isn't even 5 years old. You're probably right. I mean, remember, you have to pay back the investors first when you start a business. So, all that talk about, it was doing so well, I kind of had a side eye for that because I said, well, girl, you guys just finally started making some money like last year. The gag is insurance fraud is a crime that's primarily for the purpose of financial gain. So they really did this for no reason. Overspending. They were going on vacations a lot from what they posted on Instagram. Eddie got them caught probably with those emails. Do you think they were seeking envy and acceptance from their families by appearing wealthy and successful? I feel like there's a deep wound there for the both of them. Oh yeah, I think that their upbringing plays a part in that. The need for validation and acceptance. They want to be viewed as the elite. I know. This definitely plays a factor in it. Oh, absolutely. 100%. I believe that is a big factor of why they're in the both that they're in now. It was definitely they were seeking. They wanted folks to be jealous of them, and they wanted that validation from their peers and their haters and whoever else that they were wealthy and they were that couple. The financial bar for Potomac was so low, there was no reason to have extra money. Who was she trying to show off for? Robin. It's called Poor Potomac for a reason. None of the others had it like that. People don't understand the insurance investigation does not end when you get the check. That's only the beginning. Very true. Listen, I had a house fire last year. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We are still fighting with our insurance company. Oh, that's terrible. It's very nuanced. I used to work in insurance, and you can't believe everything that you hear. However, it is the government. We also have to remember that Wendy had a hard time with the fans and the women on the show. Yes. Oh, yeah. She was trying to prove everyone wrong, and the going got tough, and they got to stealing. No. Oh, that is for sure one of the biggest reasons, in my opinion, why this has happened. For sure. She had a horrendous time. Like, you know how Angel's having a hard time with the viewers her first season? Wendy had a hard. We all forget. I know that everybody has an amnesia now because a lot of you guys are coming out as big Wendy fans. When I know for certain, when I first started my channel during season 5, you guys did not like Wendy. So all this revisionist history from a lot of subscribers is very interesting to me because a lot of y'all did not like her. So now to see, it's just very funny to me, right? When I was a fan of Wendy, y'all didn't like her, but now when I'm just kind of I'm cool off of Wendy. Now it's so funny how that works, but I digress. But yes, Wendy is a housewife who had a horrible time for her first season. Next season wasn't that great either. Season 6, folks still didn't like her, but season 5 was tough for her, and she never, in my opinion, she never got over that. I think it did something to her brain, and it changed her brain chemistry because she was definitely one of the most hated new housewives that we've seen in a while. So it's funny to see the pile on Angel because I'm like, Angel, give Angel another chance because the same way folks did not like Wendy. So I'm like, give Angel another chance. The same way y'all didn't like Wendy, give Miss Angel another chance and let her win you over the way Wendy's won you over now. Just saying. She did not recover. I feel mentally that broke something in her because the fans, the viewers of Potomac did not like at 90, they did a poll. It was like 98% of people did not like Wendy. So I think that changed something in her, and it's one of the reasons why she's in this boat now. So they didn't like Wendy until Candace left. No shade. Oh, that's very true. They couldn't stand her. You didn't care for her. Yes, Wendy has fought multiple seasons just to be like this season. I didn't like Wendy, and now I'm just mad on her. Okay, so you're still indifferent. You said Wendy's got insecurities, grown women trying to prove something is unresolved issues. You said, I liked Wendy in the beginning, despite her boastfulness. I like that she was proud and educated, a great mom, and was an actual wife. I hated how Ashley was with her. Listen, I do believe that what happened to her in season 5 contributed to what we're seeing now. I do. I truly do. I understand, having some trauma around that because that is, that would break a lot of people, right? But I don't think that it should have gotten to this point where you contemplate doing something so crazy that's going to jeopardize you and your husband's freedom just to prove a point. And the crazy part is we were seeing Wendy elevate as they got more money from her being on the show longer. So there was no reason for this. I don't know. I mean, listen, all I have to say about this is I'm prayerful for their children because they have a beautiful family. The kids are adorable, and it really is heartbreaking to think about how their kids' lives are going to be affected by this. And I mean gravely affected. and it's really unfair to them. And I'm just shocked that as parents who love their kids, I'm shocked that they would make such a horrible decision like this that affects everybody. If this were just them as a couple, fine. But when you have kids, I feel like, shouldn't you think about your kids before anything else? Like, I don't understand this logic. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just don't know. Y'all, I don't know what to say about this. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Selfish parents can be loving in moments, but make bad decisions that affect them. Young kids at that. Yeah, I know the kids are very young. Yeah, in the words of Funky, she better spin this and get paid for her pain. Yeah, and I mean, and I said this before on other lives talking about this because I said, Wendy, you made your whole storyline for season 7 and some of season 8 was your YouTube channel, which you left for dead. Like a lot of the housewives do. You guys think that it's going to be a quick money grab, and when you see the hard work that goes into it, you guys just let it fall to the wayside. But Wendy had opportunity right there. Your YouTube channel could have been a really nice moneymaker. Like, had you really put the time and the effort in, Wendy, that would have been a nice check. That would have been a nice, there were just so many avenues for you all to make money. Your baseline, your main source of income was from the show. You were making nice 6 figures from the show. Then you had appearances, speaking engagements. You had you were a professor at Wesleyan. And then if you had your YouTube channel, if you had actually kept up at it, that would have been so much revenue right there. There was no reason for that. No, it is laziness. The way these girls start these YouTube channels and leave them for dead after one video. Wendy made that her entire storyline that one season. I believe it was season 7 or season 8. She did all that to leave that channel for dead. She gave us a total of 10 videos. It's like if you just put the effort into it, you could actually see the results. But they don't want it. They just don't want to try. Yeah, Candy's on top of it. Yes, Nene left her channel for dead. Kenya. Portia left her channel for dead. Karen Huger left her channel for dead. Shamia had a YouTube channel last season, and that's gone the way of the wind. Quad had a YouTube channel. She left that for dead after 3 videos. They don't want to put the time in. Yeah, Candy's the only one still going. Exactly. It is work. Please, that's an understatement. Yeah, Teresa was going to have a cooking YouTube channel. She left that for dead. Karen's channel was a joke. It was. Oh, absolutely. Portia turned on her ring light to eat Popeyes and dip 3 videos later. Yup. Yes, and I had said that. I said, Wendy, it's like the women just don't think. They're not, I mean, to be so smart, how are you losing out on money? When that assault happened, Wendy had just started her YouTube channel. Had she gotten her butt on that camera and talked about it, she would have had 100,000 views right there. The whole NECA season 8, she remember how she said that she was going to give us a whole video, a whole story time about breaking down the whole timeline of events to prove that NECA was lying? We never got that video. We never got that. We were all chomping at the bit for that. Like, girl, what is going on? Is NECA right? Are you right? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? We never got that video. I said, girl, you are inconsistent and you were lazy and you just wanted to be a quick money grab. That Wendy left so much money on the table with her YouTube channel. Had she given us the full breakdown of the assault with Mia, she could have gotten a night. That check would have been so nice after that assault. The whole mess with her and NECA, the money that she could have made on her YouTube channel. Girl, like it's like, girl, there was no reason for this. You had the means right there to create even more income. Child. She could have done with Heavenly. She's lazy with putting in the work. Yes, she could have used the channel to tell us stuff. Yes. Oh, do you listen? The women don't understand how much money they could make if they would give the behind the scenes on what actually happens. Wendy left so much money on the table. Wendy could have easily made a good 10 to 20 grand had she given us the behind the scenes of the assault with by Mia and the whole NECA situation. She left so much money on the table. She could have done live versions of the Dr. Wendy show at BravoCon and gone on a tour. No, it's true. It's like there were so many opportunities for her to make even more money. And she dropped the ball, and now it's come to this. Yes, Humble Brag podcast is still going, and no matter how you feel about them, Two Teas in a Pod and Reasonably Shady are still going. Yes, I'll listen. I can always give the girls their tens. Giselle and Robin, no matter how you feel about them, I have to give them their props because they are the only ones, for the most part, who are consistent with their podcast and building their YouTube channel. These other women are lazy. And then, yes, Cynthia and Crystal from Humble Brag, and then Tamra and Teddy, they're also consistent as well. Child, we just saw a troll. I just saw a troll in the chat. I just saw a troll in the chat, honey. I'm not doing it on this good Sunday before Christmas. I'm not even gonna. I said I'm not even doing it. I'm not even. Yeah, I don't know why people think that YouTube is easy money. I know nothing, but I read the YouTube partner program thing once, and yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, Kareen. No, wait. I'm sorry. Let me just slow down with this drink. Hey, Corrine Nofield. Did I say your Noel? No, it's Corrine Noel, FD. Sorry about that, Corrine. Apologies. Thank you for the super chat. My question is, if Wendy was really robbed, why wasn't that her storyline this season? Very suspicious. Yeah, that's what I said the same thing too. Because she got robbed. The robbery happened at the end of season 8, going into season 9. So the fact, and I remember saying, I think it's really weird that Bravo doesn't F with her, that they won't even talk about her robbery. And the whole time they didn't talk about it was because it wasn't real. But yeah, I was asking the same thing too last year. Like, wait, why aren't we talking about her robbery if it happened right before filming season 9? Oh, I'm drinking a Hugo Spritz. Child, I didn't even see. Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not even doing it. I'm not gonna read their comment. I'm not gonna give it any attention. I'm not even going to, like, they're just gone. Candace has been consistent with her podcast too. She even likes some of my comments on the Instagram page and responds to one. Oh, I like that. Yeah, Candace has been consistent with her podcast. No, I did. I'm not, because I didn't want to call attention to. They wanted attention. They were saying something like, "Who are y'all to say that she's lazy with her YouTube channel?" Like, shut the F up, respectfully. Just shut up. They said something really nasty to everybody. I'm not doing it. You're not going to be disrespectful on the chat. I'm not. I don't play that. I'm not even doing it. I know I had to. I didn't want to give them any attention because they wanted attention. But I feel like we're giving our opinions, and it is laziness that these housewives come on YouTube. They look down on YouTubers to get on YouTube and then ditch it. That's laziness. But yeah, I wasn't going to give them attention. They wanted attention. I wasn't giving it to them. Just a quick block. So yeah. You said, yeah. Oh no, my exact thoughts. That's one of her people, child. Oh no, my exact. Oh, definitely. We see each other. That was my first thought. That was my first. Yeah. They're on several of their burner accounts, child. They're all lazy. Speak on it. Exactly. And they know how I am. I don't play. You're getting kicked out immediately. I don't even, if I think that there's disrespect, you're out. We're not even gonna do that. Yes, then they come onto YouTube looking for the same piece of the pie. Exactly. Wait, I wanna yes, it's just so funny. It's like, how are you looking down on YouTube, but yet you want to do YouTube? Does that make sense? How does that make like this? It's just like I don't. Yes, not in Brooke's house, no invitation and no beverage. Exactly. Listen, like we're not doing that here. We are not doing that here. The facts are the facts. Listen, they don't want to hear it. They just want you to say that this is all fake and it's not true. We, if you speak on this case, what really takes me out? The fact that people want us to talk about this case with kid gloves, but when it was Karen, people. Do you all not remember how we were all like, Karen, we all love you, but you were dead wrong for this. We talked about how arrogant Karen was. We called her a dummy for what she did, 4 DUIs at her big age. So it's okay to talk about Karen, Teresa, and whoever else who does wrong. But when it comes to Wendy, we had to handle this with kid gloves and not say anything, or else we're being mean. That doesn't make any sense. If this were Giselle or Robin or Ashley or whoever, we'd be talking about them. I don't understand how we had to talk about her with kid gloves, but everybody else can get whacked. That's not how this works. You do something stupid, you break the law, you got to face the consequences. People are going to talk about it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, honey, they came into my chat empty-handed. Exactly. Exactly. It absolutely is laziness. Yes, looking for a quick buck. Thank you. The difference is that she dropped YouTube like her 10 other businesses to get into lucrative business of returning fashions. Oh, child, child. It's just pure foolishness because, in all seriousness, Wendy could have made herself a nice coin with her channel. Had she stuck with her channel and given us what we wanted, she could have made a nice coin where there would have been no need for her to even think about defrauding the insurance company because she's making a good amount of money on YouTube each month. Yes, also, it's not just about Wendy. Every one of them, except a few, have been consistent on YouTube. Exactly. Child. No, it's true. We talked about Karen like a dog when it was found out that she was going to jail. When we saw that footage, we saw, I played the footage for everybody, for y'all. She called that cop. She said, "You are white and poor." And we cackled about that for a good week and a half. We said, "Karen, you are arrogant. The hubris of it all for you to think that she would walk away scot-free." So it's okay for us to talk about Karen and her stupidity, but we can't talk about this. Like this, how does that make sense? She's not exempt. Nobody, if you do something stupid, if you break the law, we're going to talk about it. It's just, I don't understand I've never seen anything like this where this is the only housewife we can't talk about. It's bizarre to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, we dogged walk Karen, especially after that Jefferson's concubine. Yes, honey. Brooke said the chat is closed. It is. No, in all seriousness though, the YouTube channel would have been a really nice source of income for her. For real, I'm serious. No, I'm not saying that YouTube would have been enough to cover her debt, but it would have been a nice chunk where it would have helped pay down the debt, in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying that she would have made millions, but I'm saying that it could have been a nice 6 figures, you know? I'm not saying that Wendy's channel would have been the hottest ticket in town on YouTube, but it definitely could have been successful, and she could have brought in another 100,000 on it, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think my main point is, if you really When God puts you in a position to have multiple streams of income, there's no reason to do certain things, right? She had speaking engagements, appearances. She could have had the YouTube channel. If she had kept the candle business going, that would have been a great source for her. The show pays her a very nice coin. There was just no reason for this. I just don't understand how RHOP check was not enough. I know. I know. Yeah, it would have helped. Yes, it would have helped for sure. Yes, it could have helped. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Wendy thought she was above YouTube, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah, yeah. There was that. Absolutely. Uh-huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Anybody can get it. That's just a fact. Exactly. Also, I do YouTube before I tried scamming. There were other options. Exactly. Yeah, people living above their means. Or she could have just lived within her means, stopped buying every Chanel, Birkin, and Dior. Yeah, I think that yes, buy the nice things, but she didn't have I can buy 5 Chanels at one time. She had I can buy 1 Chanel every quarter, or not even every quarter. I can buy 1 Chanel a year. And that's great. Like that's fabulous. And have you seen the price increase on Chanel? Chanel has already had 2 price increases in the last 6 months. A regular classic flat bag is now 8,500. It used to be 5,000. So again, Wendy had 1 Chanel bag every year money, which is still great money. She didn't have I can drop 30 grand on or 40 grand on 5. Period. Like you said, had she just bought 1 bag every year, she would have been good. I believe that she thought YouTube was beneath her. What it really turned out to be was it takes a lot of work. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Her debt to income ratio is way too much. Yes. Kim Z was trying to live like Kim K. Keeping up appearances. People who live for validation will always keep up appearances. Yeah, honey, that paying that increase on Chanel is like, whoa. I'm still wondering who she was trying to impress. Maybe her parents. I think it was her parents. It was the audience. It was her castmates. It was everybody who had ever said a horrible thing to her about her. She was trying to say, F you, look at me now, I made it. And I get that, but there comes a point where you have to realize who you are. You can't still be in that mindset. And she was doing well. Like she already had her big FU moment by being on TV, by being on one of the hottest shows. That's a huge FU moment to any hater. Like it's like, mama, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I made it. So so the feeling of I need to prove something to anybody should have faded away as she kept remaining on the show. Imagine loving the opinions of others more than you love yourself and your kids, though. Like, what are we doing? Oh, when I tell you, I cannot wait to watch this episode. That preview of her mother telling her to shut the F up, I cannot wait for this recap. I cannot wait. Jameer and Ayana, I need y'all to be on guard for any trolls because the way I am going all the way in, I don't want to hear anything about I don't want to hear any nonsense. That is unacceptable. And yeah, I'm gonna give you my full opinion tomorrow. But that preview of her mother telling her to shut the F up, I saw absolutely she has me already effed up. So a mess. Yeah, it's like looking like a Muzzy repeat. Oh, absolutely. So many horrible moms on Housewives. Exactly. Thank you so much. Okay, lit honey, we gonna talk about it. But last week Susan said she was enjoying her money. Child, baby, when I tell you I have so many thoughts, I can't wait to watch that scene, the full scene. I said that is a mess. Okay, I know that's right. Let him know, Greg. Let him know. I also think Wendy wanted to get a professor mode and move towards fame, throwing anything at the wall to see what sticks with the businesses. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, absolutely. No, I believe that too. No, Wendy was not trying to be a professor anymore. Oh, that's evident for sure. And she was loving being famous now. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, the businesses every season did give throwing anything to the wall. Oh, for sure. Because, one year it was candles. And then the next year she released a book. The year after that, it was a restaurant with Peter Thomas. Then it was YouTube channel. Yeah, every year it was something else. And the only one that stuck was Happy Eddie. Listen, between Wendy and then the whole Candy and Todd divorce, Mia's arrest, and then Bronwyn and the divorce, Bronwyn separating. It's like all these housewives have me working, but especially the Wendy story for sure. I'm like, oh, it's something new every day, and the fact that they're being forced to release their financials. There's going to be more videos coming up about that when they release that talk show. Don't forget the talk show. Yeah, no, the talk show was the YouTube channel. The Dr. Wendy show was the YouTube channel that she left for dead, I might add. But yeah, it was the same thing. To be honest, I think the Osefos are living in delusion, but they're also deep in deep denial. I don't wish harm on anyone, but I hope Wendy and Eddie heal from what's missing. Their pride is heavy. Brooke has been working, honey. The doll stays booked and busy. Thank you. Yeah, she wanted to have guests on there like she's Wendy Williams. Remember, she said that it vibrates higher. Yes, when she talked about her show. Yes, yes, yes. At least Karen was consistent with her businesses. Wendy was all over the place. For the sake of I hope Wendy and Eddie are in marriage counseling. I don't think I don't think that they can think about marriage counseling at a time like this. And marriage counseling costs money. I'm sure that every dollar is going right to their lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm being honest, I highly doubt that they are in marriage counseling. They right now they could care less about that. They're trying to maintain their freedom. Okay? If I were in their position, I would not be thinking about marriage counseling. It would be every single minute would be spent in thinking about, Lord, please. I know I messed up, but please keep me out of the big house. Please. Yeah, marriage counseling is not in the budget. Exactly. Exactly. Their priority is not to do prison time. Yes, honey, they have bigger fish to fry. Like, it's no shade, but they have bigger problems. It's true. Mm. Wendy could have done a cute style guide or vlog, film for a week about her life, get it edited and posted, make it a weekly thing. She could have made at least 100,000 a year on top of her Bravo check. I agree. The DA is going to push them into a deal, no trial. The Osefos don't want to drag this on. I think that yeah, I think that it would be foolish to take this to trial because trial starts in April. Admit guilt and move on. Maybe she can use this as a lesson to others when things go too far. Agreed. Monique's pastor needs to set them straight. Yeah, even that, do a weekly vlog at least. I hope they plead. Eddie might be getting dragged into her shenanigans, but he's a grown-ass man that needs to admit fault. Yeah, I no, listen, they're both grown. Nobody's innocent. They are both grown who did a stupid thing. Neither one of them had the good sense to say, honey, this doesn't make any sense. You sound ridiculous. Are you are you high? Like, what are you saying here? He's not, because I've seen people say, blame it on her, blame it all on him. They've said, I've seen people say that it was her idea and she dragged him into this, and then vice versa. Whoever dragged who into this, at the end of the day, they both said, let's do it. Let's set this whole scheme up. So they both need to admit fault. They both messed up. Hey, Michelle Johnson, thank you for this. Thank you for the super chat. Let this be a lesson to people not to get caught up in the material things that you see, particularly on other people, because anything can be rented or leased. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Yeah, I get that. I mean, listen, I'm a big believer in you can have things, but just don't let the things have you. I believe that there's nothing wrong with treating yourself and buying designer. There's nothing wrong with it. It becomes a problem when you're obsessed with it. You'll steal, cheat, lie, kill for it. That's when it crosses a line. But there's nothing wrong with liking or buying designer pieces. Because I'm going to always tell you, if God has blessed you with the funds to buy it, buy your pieces. But don't let the things have you, in my opinion. Yes, it's true. Yes, they are both grown-ass adults who are, it's very true. Neither one tried to talk the other out of this dumbass idea, so they're both in the wrong. Hey, Stephen Nieves, thank you for the super chat. Do not let your possessions possess you. No, that's beautifully said. It's true. Like, enjoy your things, buy the things if you can afford them, but don't let it control you. It's very true. Don't exaggerate. As with everything else, moderation is golden. Live the life you can afford. Wendy could have just rented from the archive showroom if she wanted to look expensive. I feel like Wendy saw what happened with Dorit, Kyle, and all these other housewives that got robbed and was like, I can do it too. Every episode I cringe on Wendy's behalf. Yeah, I know. And Bravo keeps placing an emphasis on the money conversations. I think it's very crazy. And oh wait, hold on, y'all. I missed a super chat. Forgive me. Hey, Bio Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. What's your opinion of the prosecution throwing out their irrelevant information, like them using fake names that weren't involved with the case? My opinion, honestly and truly, I think that they just want to show that they had motive for doing what they did. That's what I believe. I believe that they're really trying to hammer it home to the judge, the jury, and all of us in the public that these two were guilty and that they were really going to great lengths to scheme and defraud the insurance company. Thank you so much. You saw a theory on Reddit. Oh, that Andy works with the feds. I'm screaming. Thoughts? No, I don't believe that Andy works with the feds. I believe that Andy has been doing this for so long. He recognizes the people who are desperate for fame and recognition. And I think that he's like of that mindset of people, if you let people, eventually they'll hang themselves. Like eventually, like if you give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves. I think that he can kind of spot who might be desperate to do certain things, but I don't think that he works with the feds. But I do think that he already knows who might be predisposed to doing something stupid due to the lifestyle. Since they only got 25,000, I'd love to know how they managed to pay for the whole home renovation. I know, I wonder. I wonder, maybe credit cards. It might probably credit cards. I don't know. I've thought about that too. I wonder how the reunion's gonna go. I know, I do too. I'm curious to know. Loans. Oh yeah, yeah, probably loans or credit card debt. You said sell the house. Yes, those with the hunger make great reality television. It's very true. I mean, who comes on TV to commit fraud? These folks are just dumb. I think that you have to understand though, fame being well known, it does change your brain chemistry, right? Like even if you're not reality television famous or A-list famous, just having a large following sort of alters your brain chemistry, right? It makes you a bit more cautious around people, why people are around you. For other people, it makes them become very arrogant or haughty. So if it makes you go that way, you might be more prone to commit fraud because you want to be seen in a certain light. But be clear, being well known, having a large following, famous adjacent, it does change some things in your mind. You're not just saying, like it you do become a bit more cautious, I would say that. It does alter. It's not normal to have a whole bunch of people writing you about how they feel about what you said or did. It's, it's that's not, it's jarring. You talk about something in your real life with two or three people and it is what it is. But when you say your opinions out loud to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, and people get upset, and that's not really normal. So it does change. So imagine on TV and then you already were insecure, it's going to change something in your brain chemistry. It might have you do something that you wouldn't do if you weren't on TV. People get greedy for attention and money. No, I think, oh, I agree. Wendy definitely changed from season 5 until now. Do you feel that, Brooke? Yeah, I do. It's not normal to have so many people talking to you, and people get upset, people that you don't even know, you don't see their faces, and they're, mad at you or whatever. It does change something. It's not, you're a bit more cautious. Um, always having to realize, okay, did I go too far when I spoke about this? You sort of like censor yourself in some ways. It's not like a normal, it's not a normal, I guess I wouldn't say way to live, but like, yeah, like being like well known or being known by a lot of people, it is a bit jarring in a sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I don't have any inclinations to do anything crazy, like you know what I'm saying, but yeah, it's not sometimes you do, if you're talking to somebody, you might say, just so we're clear, this conversation is between us, you don't put this on social media, because you're aware that some people might try to expose you on TikTok or whatever. So there is a bit more of like paranoia. I'm not as open with, like, you, if I don't know you, it can be kind of like, okay, it's very surface level because I don't know your motives. You might be trying to expose me and say, oh yeah. So there is a bit of cautiousness that comes with doing this. You get what I'm saying? I can only imagine how it is when you're on TV or you're really famous. So, but yeah, it does alter, like being known does alter your brain chemistry. It does. Like that is, anybody tells you otherwise is not telling you the truth, but it does. So I can only imagine how it is for people who are on television. It's a lot. So yes, you're very more cognizant, very more aware. Very much so. You said, I can't imagine how overwhelming it is. I have anxiety sometimes just commenting something silly. I understand. Yeah, no, it's very crazy. Do you guys remember when the New Jersey fans looked up Antonia's cheer schedule to prove Melissa was lying? Fans are crazy. No, very much so. No, it's jarring. Folks are nuts. Everybody's not nuts, but you have a good amount of people who. So yes, it's a major character test. Some people just lack self-confidence and the fortitude to stand in who they are off camera. It's sad. No, it's very true. It's very true. You have to be aware of those things though in the spotlight. No, it's true. And that's sad that people really want to try tearing people down. It's very true. But I think that in Wendy's case, though, I believe that it changed her brain chemistry where she felt the need to impress everybody. And this is what happened, which is very sad. So, y'all, again, I'm still in shock about this whole situation. I mean, if you would have told me that this was going to happen with a housewife, I would have never guessed in a million years that Wendy and Eddie would have ever been the ones to be the face of fraud. Like, I mean, you have people saying that I was never a fan of Wendy's, but you still couldn't have told me that she would be involved in this. Like, say what you want about Wendy, as a collective, we never looked at Wendy as a fraudster. Like, you might have thought she was boastful or haughty or prideful or rude or whatever you thought about her if you didn't like her. But nobody ever saw this coming. We all thought, I feel as a collective, that she was too square to even pull a stunt like this. So you said this sounds like insecurity. Mia didn't surprise me, but Wendy did. Yeah, no, I'm very surprised. Like if you would have told me that another housewife would have been caught up in this, I could have named you 5 other housewives who I could have seen wrapped up in this before I saw Wendy. Yeah, never was a fan of Wendy, but I thought she had so much more intelligence than to do something this dumb. I agree. No, definitely not. I thought the next fraud case would have been Dorit. I hope they take a plea. Yeah, I was I thought I was being pranked. I thought, it was funny. I thought when I saw the news, I said, oh, is somebody doing this? I thought that it was a whole prank. I said, oh, this is a joke. Growing up, I've always heard showing off brings disgrace, and it's so true. That is true. Certainly not with somebody with 4 degrees. I just knew Wendy would never have been this stupid. Color me incorrect. No, it's very true. Yeah, I mean, you could not have told me in a million years that Wendy and Eddie would be caught up in this. I mean, there are housewives that I like, right? You have housewives that, I think are, I like them. And there are times I've wondered, like, about their finances. There are housewives that and I'm like, I could see them caught up in this before I saw them. Like, I'm just in shock. I kind of think it was a last minute ploy because it wasn't well thought out. Yeah, it does give that. It does give that. You said I woke up to your thumbnail of the news and was like, is this real? Child. She was definitely trying to impress both her castmates and the viewers, for sure. And if I had to place a bet, I would say that it was to impress everybody. Oh, I'm screaming. I am screaming. You are so funny. You're guessing who I thought would be before Wendy. You have me screaming right now. But listen, all I'm going to say is there are other housewives that I would have thought that this would happen to before I ever assumed Wendy and Eddie. Never been a Wendy fan. I just feel bad for the kids. They embarrass them as well. No, it's very sad. It's very sad. And her kids are adorable. And the scam wasn't even for a large amount. Like, she probably makes more in a season. Oh yeah, she does. Remember, she's 6 seasons in. So Wendy definitely hit, I mean, if I had to guess, Wendy definitely hit like the 600,000, 700,000 mark, if I had to guess. If we find out in the court documents that she's actually making less, I'll be shocked to hear that. But I mean, I know for a fact that when you hit that 3rd season mark, you get a significant raise. You jump up from 68.5 to 250, 300 for your third season. That's why the girls will stick with the abuse and the lies and the taunting, because they want to make it to that season 3. You make it to your third season as a housewife, and you are pretty much good to go when it comes to that money. So season 8, season 7 was her third season. So she was probably seeing 350, 400. And then from seasons 8, 9, and 10, she's now seen a significant increase. So if I had to guess, this season, they probably paid her 6 or 7, if I had to guess. I don't think she's making 700,000, because why would she scam for 20K? Well, if you spend all your money before it's even hit your account, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? If they were in substantial debt and, they have the prosecution saying that they have little to no money in their accounts right now, if they have poor spending habits, you can spend 700 grand quickly. No, it's not 400,000. No, it's not. No, it's a very paltry amount in the grand scheme of things, especially with this going on now. No, I've seen other content creators say at least go for 4 million or 40 million, but 400,000 when you were making that, like, it's just so stupid. I understand that the prosecution needs the bank records, but I hope they don't make them all public just for their reputation. It's already damaged enough right now before a trial. I think they will release the bank records, though. I do believe they'll release it to the public. I do. Because I remember how they released when Kenya had her divorce with Mark, and they released her salary and how much she had in the bank. Then they released Lisa Hochstein with her divorce. They released her Bravo salary. Lisa makes $576 on Miami, and Miami's getting like 200,000, views every week. They're the lowest rated franchise, and they all make good money. So if the Miami girls are making $576 per season, then Wendy has to be making $750, if I had to guess. There were 3 different policies they were trying to cash out. They will release those bank records without a doubt. I agree. Maybe Gordon and Karen can ride share. I'm curious about the bank records. That will be juicy. Would you review, Brooke? Yeah, I'll review it. I mean, is the sky blue? I'll review it for sure. We'll talk about that. I mean, listen, I reported on this story I report on every story, breaking news about this whole case. I'm not going to stop now. So if the bank records do come out, when they come out, I'll be reporting on that too. So the Miami girls work for their check. She's definitely making more. Yes. I just don't understand how some fans still have weird loyalty for people who do not know them when news like this comes out. Child, I don't understand it either. It makes no sense. Even if they don't find anything on their bank records, they can't explain filing multiple policies and finding half the stolen items in their home. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, there is no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. Oh, yes, they've kept me good and busy. This definitely makes up for, because in the summertime I'm a part-time lover, so y'all get me, like, y'all really don't see me in the summertime, right? I am out, okay? So this fall and winter make up for you guys not seeing me in the summertime. I even see the deadbeat fans in the chats. Are they in the chat? Jameer and Ayana, if you see the deadbeats, get them out of here. Get them out of here on this good Sunday. We're not even doing it. I'm in a wonderful mood. It's 4 days before Christmas. We're not even going to play this game. So just kick them out. Wendy, Brooke Williams reporting for duty. Okay. Yeah, honey, we're going to change that. Child, you said Brooke will read those bank records are filled. Where is your scooter? Amex, where is your Amex? Yes, honey, not on our Lord's week, okay? No, honey, absolutely not. They will really be foolish if they don't take that plea deal. I agree. I'm watching this chat like a hawk. Thank you. There's one person on here that I see saying concerning things on here. Well, I haven't seen them yet. So they might have stopped because they know that we're about to get them. So I haven't seen them. I blocked that one nut who came on here talking stupid 45 minutes ago. But yeah, I haven't seen them yet. So you said name them. I'll wait for them to come on and say something stupid. So I haven't seen them yet. So people defending it definitely stole their granny's social security. There was a Muzzy fan too. What? There was a Muzzy fan in here? Child, well, thank God I didn't see him. He said take their last $2, okay? Muzzy got fans. That's crazy. They knew not to say it. Some of these folks see themselves out because they don't want to get blocked. So they know I'm about to get them. So this person might have seen themselves out the door because I haven't seen this deadbeat that you're talking about. She didn't scam for $20K. They were trying to get $450. No, yeah, yes, you're right. You're right. They only got $28,000 though. Oh, who the hell is Muzzy? Okay, so do you watch Salt Lake City? There's a horrible mother on there. Bronwyn's mom. She calls her Muzzy instead of calling her mom. I don't know why, but whatever. Her mom is horrible. Like her mother is the mom from hell. Supposedly, y'all are saying there's a Muzzy fan in the chat. You said ceiling fans, Muzzy fan. Is that Reba? Oh wow, they need to take the plea. I watched Taria and Kemp. They even said getting a jury of their peers is going to be hard. Yeah, I think they're going to release the financials too. I believe that they're going to release the financials. I think so too. I miss the candy sex spots. At least they were funny. Maybe the student loans were about to go into default and Wendy and Eddie tried to do the quick scheme to pay them off. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with a reason for this tomfoolery. I think I don't know. I think what's really bothering me about this whole thing is just the fact that I need to know the why. Like, if I could just find out the why, like, why would you do this? What would possess you to do this? If I could just find out the why, that would be great because I cannot understand how any rational person, especially with 4 degrees, would pull a stunt like this. I just want to know the why. What possessed you to do this? Why did you think that this was going to get over smoothly? Like, I just, if I could just find that out, that would be great. They have several streams of income. Student debt isn't that bad. What you don't understand is that Eddie was a tax attorney. They make good money. But was he working at a firm though? We never saw him going to work. I'm not trying to be funny. The only time I've seen him go to work was when Happy Eddie got off the ground. Respectfully, I don't remember seeing him going to work. Before Happy Eddie, did anybody see him going to work? He was going to work in name only. Respectfully. Yeah, no, we see each other. We see each other because that was my exact question. Oh gosh. I think Wendy is too prideful to tell us the why. That's where the issues come to play. Yes. Okay. So we're all on the same page. Yes. They said he was a lawyer. That's all. Yes. That's all we could go by. They said. And who was they? You know what I'm saying? I don't think there is a why. People just want to have more money than they already have. Some people will scam towards it. The people who are scared to scam, majority of us just deal with our salary. I have several loans from undergrad and law school. The loans aren't that extreme to where I have to scam and commit insurance fraud to cover them. It has to be a deeper story. You said Wendy is they. Oh, you said what? That was a typo. It was supposed to say what? Oh, what I don't understand. Oh, okay, okay. Oh gosh. You said I feel like they were definitely putting on for the cameras. I also feel like they used their status to have favors done. They wouldn't afford like that house, and so they pulled this scheme. Not come in with the Nene Leagues. What you don't understand is I'm a very rich bitch. We never saw Eddie working. Yes, Ashley alluded to Eddie not going to work on last year's reunion. She did, and so did Mia. Now I have to say, I'll never see it from Mia and Ashley, but they did ask the questions that we all wanted to know. Ashley said that she said, "Does like what does he do?" Mia even said, "I've never seen a lawyer, a successful lawyer, always be out and about with his wife at events. Like I've never seen him go to work." Mia and Ashley both said that. Mia said that in season 8 when they launched their whole they launched the start of Happy Eddie. Remember they had everybody there to roll up the oregano. When he had his first Happy Eddie launch event, Mia said that like what lawyer has all this time but they're never in the office. They're never at their law firm. And then Ashley did say that last year. You're right. You're right. You're right. No, I didn't detect it as shade. I didn't detect it as shade. So no, it's fine. I didn't detect anything as shade. You said happy to have a job. They did allude to that. I thought they were hating. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did see Phaedra working. She did. You can say what you want about Phaedra. Phaedra was in that law firm. We did see her in an office, even if she only did win a case for Bobby Brown. No, it's true. She might not have ever won a case, but Phaedra did. Phaedra was in a law firm. She was in an office. So that is very true. How dare she give Ashley a point? Yep, Phaedra was working and then became a mortician. Phaedra was exchanging cash in the parking lot. She sure was. Yep, that client said I can pay you in cash, and she said, "Come on here, come over here, baby." And Phaedra took that 1,600 in cash, honey. I said, "I know that's right." I said, "I know that's right." You guys are so silly. Please. Yes, Phaedra also has passive income with the mortician stuff. Yeah, no, she does. And think about it. Everybody's going to die. So if you get in the funeral home mortician business, you're set. That's a great business to get into, if I'm being honest, because we're all going to die. Nobody is leaving out of here alive. So Phaedra's making good money with that funeral home. Excellent money with that funeral home. Yeah, when you think about it, that's a very good business to invest in. Because that's guaranteed income. Because no matter if it's the year 2000, 3000, 4000, everybody's going to die. And we're going to always need funeral homes, no matter how advanced technology gets. Yeah, set for life, pun intended. It's very true. I know Phaedra kicks her feet when someone hits the hay. Phaedra said, "I have jobs." Yes. Mary also owns funeral homes. Yeah, no, listen, that's a business to get into. You want to talk about making some money? That's passive income. That's good. That's millionaire status because that's good money. When you think about it, that's very good money. You said no. It's hard that you have to go to school for that. You're always on call, sometimes in the middle of the night. No, that's very true. That's very true. Phaedra is a hustler. That's very true. Yep, she is a hustler. You said Phaedra will defend your husband in court at 12 and lay your grandma to rest at 2 p.m. I can't do it. No, I couldn't do it either, but it is good money. Something to think about. I might look into that. I'm screaming. You said your father's a funeral home director. I know that's right. I know that's bling, bling, bling. I know that's right. Oh my gosh. No, now she said you'll see Cousin Brooke's funeral home and crematorium. Oh my gosh. Oh, be around all those fumes. No, ma'am. Oh my gosh, you'll have me screaming. But oh gosh. Okay, she just handles the business side and the owner of the place. I'm screaming. No, I'm not. No, I was just saying that as like an aside of, oh no, that's good money, but I can't see myself getting into the funeral business. But if anybody is thinking about making some passive income, I guess that's an idea. Oh my gosh. You said city morgue, you kill him, we chill him. Eddie could have gotten a CDL license and made the 28,000. I know a girl who did the makeup for those who passed. Yes, I see those TikTok videos of that funeral director. That's, she's so funny. You said Phaedra and her two phones. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I think that we are really in for a lot more news because their trial is in April. They have their next court hearing next month, January 21st. And yeah, more news will probably come out. The fact that they're forced to submit their financials, I'm sure I'll be on here reporting on that soon. Let this be a lesson to really be a good steward of the talents and the money and the opportunities that you have, right? Like I think that's one of the biggest lessons out of all of this is to be a good steward of what you have, right? And don't squander the blessings that you've been given, because being on the Real Housewives is like hitting the jackpot. And the way it's so life-changing, the way it gives you more social status, more power, notoriety, fame, more money, an elevated lifestyle, the blessings that it brings, there should be no reason for you to fumble an opportunity so great, right? This is a display of what happens when you fumble the blessing that you prayed for, because this makes no sense. And I cannot keep stressing this enough, but I really am praying for their children because their kids do not deserve this. And this is going to change their kids' lives. I'm speechless, but I mean, again, it bears repeating. You could have never told me in a million years that I would be reporting on Wendy and Eddie being caught up in this. There were 5 other housewives that I could have seen being caught up, but I would have never predicted that it would be Wendy. I could have never predicted this ever. Ever. A mess. A hot mess. But yeah, guys, I don't want to belabor the point. I'm going to end the live right here. I hope you all enjoyed spending some time with me today. I'm going to get ready for the new episode of Potomac tonight. You're going to see me tomorrow because we're going to talk about that. Get your snacks ready. Okay? Get your snacks ready. Because I already know I'm going in. When they play that scene of Wendy's mom telling her to shut the F up, I'm gearing up right now. So I will see you all later, Lord willing. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night. And I'll see you all tomorrow on Monday, Lord willing, okay? But guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. And I will see you all later. Bye, guys.